I'm going to show you how to do the special 3-stitch cable from the Snowball's Chance hat. First time I'm going to show you how to do it using a cable needle. So let's do it. All right, I've worked up to the 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, that need to be cabled, and we're going to cable it so that this one right here stays in the center with this stitch going behind it and this stitch going behind it as well. So to work this, you need to slip this stitch onto the cable needle and hold it to the back. I know this is not a cable needle, it's a double-pointed needle, but shh, don't tell anyone. All right, now we're not just going to work these 2 stitches, this one then this one. What we need to do is work the second stitch, knit the second stitch into the back of that stitch, then knit this stitch in the front. So we're going to knit into the back of the second stitch, pull through a loop. There we go. Don't release the stitches yet until you knit into the front of the first. So here we go, we'll knit into the front of this first stitch. And now you can release them. Now we're going to put this stitch on the cable needle back onto the left-hand needle, and we'll knit it. Ta-da! Here we go. Now this stitch stayed in the front. Oops, looks like I split the yarn just a little bit. That's okay, let's do this again. So let's work up to the next 3 stitches that need to be cabled. And a purl. Okay, these are the 3 stitches I need to cable. I'm going to put this first stitch onto the cable needle, hold it to the back, knit into the back of the second stitch and the front of the first. So the back of the second stitch, draw through a loop, there we go, and knit into the front of the first. Release them. Put the stitch that's on the cable needle back onto the left-hand needle and knit it. Ah, there, that's a nice looking cable right there. All right, now let's work up to the next set of stitches that needs to be cabled. There we go, and I'll show you how to work it without a cable needle. And this is how I do it, mostly because I'm just so lazy I don't like picking up a cable needle unless I absolutely have to. But here's how I do it. I'm going to slip the right-hand needle into the second and third stitch, skipping over that first. Now I'm going to slip all 3, 1, 2, 3 of these stitches off the left-hand needle, which means this first stitch is going to be free for a second, but don't worry, it's not going to go anywhere, not yet. All right, so see that loose stitch? I'm going to pick it up with my left-hand needle and put it right there. Yeah. Now I'll take these 2 stitches and pop them back on to the left needle. Now again, don't be tempted to knit this first stitch and then the second stitch. We need to knit into the back of the second stitch and then into the front of the first. So let's knit into the back of the second stitch, pull through that loop, don't release the stitch yet until you knit into the front of the first. There we go. And now knit that third stitch. Ta-da! That's a nice easy way to do it too. Let's do that one more time. So I'll work up to the next 3 stitches that need to be cabled. And here they are. Alrighty, I will slip the second and third stitch onto my right-hand needle. There we go. Release all 3. That one stitch is free. Move it to the left-hand needle. Put these 2 stitches back onto the left-hand needle. Knit into the back of the second stitch and the front of the first. So, back of the second stitch, front of the first. Release them and knit that third stitch. Ta-da!